Hello and welcome to a new vlog and ship video in cooperation with ReiseJung. We're taking a look at the first cruise of the season 2026. This cruise will bring us from Mainz to Speyer, Straßburg, Hüning, close to Basel, Breisach, Germersheim, and finally to the home port of ReiseJung in Hanau. Here on the map you can see the route today, and we're starting at the first day. Our beautiful River Diamond is docked for also her first cruise of the season in Mainz. This time we're not starting in Hanau as the River Main was still closed to the revision of the locks. Instead we are starting in Mainz, and I was there way before our guests to prepare everything, so now we can take a look at my cabin. I was specifically asking for a cabin on the main deck, the lowest deck on the ship, because I really like those portholes and I really wanted to have a cabin down here. They are exactly the same like the cabin on the upper decks, just without a French balcony. Instead they have the portholes. They are very well equipped, quite spacious. We have a proper desk, of course a comfortable bed, a lot of storage space, a mini bar, of course a TV, and a big wardrobe with additional storage space. So the cabins are very nice and comfortable and very well equipped. And also the bathroom is compact but has a very nice and smart design, so there's a lot of space available as well. As I was on board way before the guest, there was a little bit of time to head into the city center of Mainz, but then it was time for the embarkation, and after that it was time for the welcome dinner, which was already very good, and we were already surprised by the food quality on board of the ship, which was fantastic, especially if you consider that this was the first meal of the season, and especially the lava cake was amazing. Late in the night we left Mainz and sailed on to Speyer, while we arrived in the morning of the second day, and after a fantastic breakfast it was then time to head into the city center of Speyer and discover the city. We've been to Speyer multiple times, but it is one of our favorite cities when we're sailing upstream on the Rhine, as it is a very beautiful city. Of course, I took the chance to take some nice pictures of the ship and some videos before we then walked into the city center. It's a nice walk down this alley through a nice park. We can always see the Cathedral of Speyer in the background, which is our guide, as we just have to walk in a direction of the cathedral and then we're automatically reaching the city center. Even though it was not our tulip blossom cruise, that's the next one, we already saw the first tulips on the first day of this cruise right in front of the cathedral. Cathedral itself is also very interesting, worth a visit. In the summer season you can also climb the clock tower for a fantastic view, but that was not possible in March yet. But still there's a lot you can do in Speyer. For example, the city center has a nice main shopping street with a lot of shops and nice cafes and restaurants, and also the Technical Museum of Speyer is absolutely worth a visit. But for us it was now time to head back to the ship. It was time for lunch. In the series we will not see that much of the lunch as it was offered as a buffet. It was fantastic, but when you take food from a buffet it never looks that fantastic than when it's plated by the chef. So instead we're continuing with an excursion. It was already a highlight excursion. With this fantastic heritage bus we're now heading on the Wine Street. The Weinstraße in German, Wine Street in English, is a touristic road going through several beautiful villages and going through a lot of nice vineyards. Our first stop was close to Bad Dürkheim at the Weingut Mesel, a winemaker, and there we had a wine tasting whilst taking a look at the production, and there we tasted several wines of the company Mesel. They were all fantastic, and also the wine tasting itself was done very nicely. It was very funny, and a lot of guests used the opportunity to buy some bottles of wine here at Weingut Mesel. It was then time to head back into our beautiful bus called Lissy, and now it's time to tell you a bit more about Lissy. But first we're heading to one of the most famous sites of Bad Dürkheim. It's the Bad Dürkheimer Riesenfass. This is the biggest wine barrel in the world. It was never filled with wine, but it's the biggest one in the world. Here we can see the beautiful bus called Lissy once again. It is a post bus from Switzerland of the type Saurer SV2CK, built in the year 1963, and she can travel up to 60 kilometers per hour with up to 25 guests. As you can see, the driver is sitting on the right side, and that was on purpose because it's easier for the bus drivers in Switzerland when they have to go through sharp corners close to the edge to sit on the right side so they can see how far they actually can go until they reach the edge. We were then going back from Bad Dürkheim through beautiful villages and vineyards all the way again to Speyer. It was a fantastic excursion. We had a lot of fun and it was a nice experience to travel with this beautiful bus of the company ReiseJung based in Speyer. And here we are reaching Speyer again, going past the Technical Museum, and of course Lizzie bid farewell in a most appropriate way. But now it's time to head back on board. As soon as everybody was back on board, we already left Speyer again, heading on to our next destination, which is Strasbourg. On this cruise we're sailing a lot overnight, which is not quite typical for ReiseJung. Usually we're sailing a lot during the day to see the beautiful landscape, but here on the Upper Rhine there is not that much of beautiful landscape due to canalization of the Rhine. The landscape is rather monotone, so that's why we're sailing a bit more in the night and we have more time in the beautiful ports. After another fantastic dinner on board, we sailed past the city of Germersheim, which is one of our destinations of the cruise. We will stop there on our way back to Hanau. Here we can see the beautiful city of Germersheim, and in one of the upcoming videos we will see a bit more of this town. In the next video we will take a look at the days 3 and 4, where we will be in Strasbourg, and then we continue on to Rennes, which is close to Basel. That's already it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Here you can see when the next one will be uploaded and the name of the song. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in the next video, or maybe one day on board of one of our ReiseJung cruises. There's a link in the video description where you can find some more information about our cruises.